What was a good game today? I mean, big scrimmage. So.
Well, it was, and you saw a little bit of life on the offensive end, which is good. But now it's like anything else. Anytime something happens good from one side, you're more concerned about the other side than you are glad for the good side. So it is what it is that way.
So I understand you guys are going through a quarterback situation right now. How do you impress with both of them?
Well, yeah, we got at least two guys that seem to be, coming along. LA is our established guy. He'll be our starter, but he's getting a little pressure. He's getting a little heat from Caleb York, and it'll be interesting to see exactly how that sorts out as the season goes on, because this is an ongoing process, and just because it starts off one way don't mean that necessarily got to finish that way.
So what good things did you see from both of them?
Well, both of them did a good job of putting us in the right place and running the teams. Both of them made some poor decisions at times. Lots of times when you're reading, ends and that kind of stuff, it's sometimes tough because of the fact that, things are happening so fast, the guys are understanding very well, what you're reading. So those guys do a good job of teaching you out that way. But, it was an opportunity for both guys to get a good many reps. And, I thought that both guys had their good moments and bad moments.
So you said LA is your starter. I mean, how close is the competition to your?
Well, the competition's the competition. It's ongoing. Caleb some days comes out, I really think, man, he's really coming on, and then the next day he's a freshman. So those freshman kinds of moments still do kind of show their ugly heads at times, but at the same time, both guys have had their moments.
And the defense looked pretty good today.
Well, I thought we did. We didn't play a lot of our guys. We didn't play Hargraves. We didn't play Hamilton very much. We didn't play Jarrett Snell very much. A lot of those guys, that we are really, dependent on to be the meat of what we do. We're not doing very much, but at the same time, we do think that our defense got a chance.
And the second string was out there making plays for you guys too.
Well, that's the way it works. You got to be too deep. It takes at least too deep to play a college football game, especially at this time of year when it's hot. So you got to have some guys that can actually come in and fill in without the level of play dropping out. So yeah, it's okay.
So some of the guys in the second string, they're making pretty good plays on defense. You expect anything big from them, or?
Well, everybody who is in the top 22 on both sides, we expect to be able to play. Just kind of how it works. You don't necessarily have a guy who's a second teamer who you don't feel confident in. You got to actually be a good player to be on our second team.
Anybody else you were impressed with today?
Well, I was impressed with our running backs a little bit. I thought those guys did pretty good. I'm always impressed with our front personnel, even the guys that, from time to time they get run through. I'm excited about some of our young defensive front guys. But name-wise, let's get into the season a little bit before we know for sure.
Coach, when you look at your guys from the first scrimmage up until now, you see any concerns?
Oh, I guarantee you do. You see lots of concerns. The fact that we don't have the ability to really blow people off the football sometimes. It's something that you like to see, but at the same time, it's against a team, it's against a defense that can really hold up on their own, so you don't get that kind of stuff very much against these guys. But I can tell you one thing, and that is that, that we developing a good many people, good many bodies on both sides. If that's the case, then I think that's a good thing.
With the offensive line struggling a little bit, you can't really say they're struggling because your defense is that good.
Well, let's hope so. It's either our defense is pretty good or our offense is pretty sorry. It's one of those kind of deals that, I don't think that's the case. I think our defense has got a chance to really be good. Let's hope that's the case.